I'm a Canadian pharmacist, and here are 3 helpful tips if you're wanting to practice in Alberta. Tip number 1, we have something called the Opioid Agonist Therapy Program in Alberta. It's called the GAP program. What it is that anyone with an active Alberta health card is able to get opioid agonist replacement therapy covered by the government. How do you know if you have an active healthcare card? If you've been in Alberta for more than 3 months, then most likely you have an active healthcare card. You can also go to a pharmacist, tell them to check on your Netcare, and under eligibility criteria, it will have a date in terms of when your healthcare card has been active. In terms of what is covered, so it's only methadone and Suboxone and Sublocade. These medications aren't suitable for everyone. So say for example, if you have a high QTC, it might not be good for you to be on methadone because that can elevate it and cause a lot of heart issues and rhythm issues. So in that case, in my practice, we've used Cadian. However, that is not covered. Unfortunately, in those cases, we do have to find alternative coverage means, which I can make a whole other video about if you're interested. If anyone is struggling with opioid addiction or knows someone that is, and they want to get help, but they're worried about medication coverage, they can get 4 months of medication coverage through the government, and that allows them time to search for other insurance plans that might be suitable for them. Second helpful tip, speaking of insurance, is that there are insurance plans that are not private and that they're through the government. They just don't advertise it. So these would be especially for those who are low income. It's called non-group coverage. It is depending on your household income, whether or not you're a single person or if you have a family with children or family with no children. Your eligibility criteria depends on that. So who is eligible for this plan? So if you're a single person and you make less than $20,970, you would be eligible for non-group coverage. If you have a family, no children, and you make less than $33,240, then you might be able to apply for it. Now, if you are a family with children and you make less than $39,250, you might be eligible for non-group coverage. Now, what does it cover? You do have to pay a $50 annual deductible for all of your health benefits, but after that, they will start covering. So in terms of prescription drugs, since we are a pharmacy TikTok here, the copayment that you will need to pay is up to 30% to a maximum of $25 per prescription. So what does that mean? So say if your prescription was $100, you needed to pay 30% of it, you would need to pay $35. But with this group plan, it maxes out so that you would only pay $25 because the maximum amount of money you need to pay per prescription is $25. This is basically the same as seniors drug coverage in Alberta. If you wanted to learn more about seniors drug coverage, I can also make a video about that because every province is different in terms of how they want to cover someone's medications, which is the bane of my existence. Anyways, third tip, if you want to be a practicing pharmacist in Alberta. In Alberta, we do have additional prescribing authority. So what is that? Pharmacists can prescribe. If you are an international graduate or you didn't graduate from the U of A, you have to wait at least 1 year, build up an application portfolio where you have cases in terms of how you demonstrate that you are capable of prescribing. Then you submit it to the Alberta College of Pharmacy and then you get your APA. So I have my APA and I do a lot of prescribing in my practice. Because of that, I run into a lot of special authorizations as well. So most pharmacists, if they prescription and it requires special authorization, they would send it off to your doctor so that they can fill out the form. Now, I find that it's quite difficult to get a hold of their doctor, especially in the patient population that I deal with. Being homeless and being, with no family doctor, their first point of contact is a hospital doctor. And usually the doctors at the hospital don't have time to apply for special authorization. So how pharmacists can help if you do have an additional prescribing authority in that patient and you know their condition and why they would benefit from that drug, what I do is I put that medication under my name and I am now the prescribing pharmacist. So I myself can apply for that special authorization. Now, it's not automatic. You have to fill out an application form. Just Google pharmacist prescriber special authorization form. That form can be submitted to Alberta Blue Cross, fill in your details, and then you would be able to fill out special authorizations on behalf of the patient. Those are 3 tips I've found very useful in my practice as a practicing pharmacist in Alberta. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like to know more about why I hate insurance so much.